anything that's in shadow on my canvas. So if I have a tree in shadow, ground plane in shadow, mountain in shadow, I'm going to mix on this left side right here. So all I basically do is bring my dark colors straight down, and I get some nice rich darks for my deep shadows. If I want to desaturate it or bend the color a little bit, you see that's gone a little bit green. I just add a little bit of yellow to it. But everything that's in shadow on my canvas, I mix on that side. And everything that's in light, so let's say, you know, I have some clouds, I'll mix it here, put a little bit of yellow in there. These wells are real nice because they're fairly large, and I can get a lot of paint in them. And at the end of the day, if I haven't used up all the paint, I just close up the lids, and I sprig them with a little bit of water since I'm using acrylics. I sprig them with a little bit of water, and at the end of the day, what ends up happening is they stay moist till the next time I come paint. So, you know, maybe cloud color there. I mix my sky here in this area of the palette, right over here. That's mostly just blue and white, but I rarely ever just use blue and white in my sky. I always take some colors from the ground and mix just a little bit of it in. See, it still retains its blue, but it's not quite so two-dimensional. I find that just white and blue paint doesn't work very well for skies. We usually have to mix some of the other primaries in yellow and red in order to get it to unify with some of the colors in the landscape. Here I'll mix my ground plane colors. So, you know, if I have a little bit of if I have a ground plane that's bending burnt sienna or red, I'll put that in there. A little bit more yellow, I'll put that there. You know, if the ground plane goes a little green, see, I mix my blue and my yellows together, and I get some nice greens. If I want to take that and make that more of a yellow green, I add a little bit more yellow to it. If I want to make it a little bit more of a blue green, I add a little bit more blue to it. But this range right here is the area where I mix most of my ground colors. If I have a mountain in my background, depending on how far back it is, if it's a closer mountain, this area right in here I usually reserve for my mountain colors. And the mountains are anywhere from just slightly darker than the sky. See, if I mix it here on my palette, I can see right here on my palette, right there. You know, if that's my sky color, then I just want my very distant mountains just to be a little bit darker than it, and some variation on blue-violet. It's perfect. If the mountain is a little closer, or perhaps it's a little bit more violet because of the local color of the, you know, or foliage or whatever that's on the hill. See, I can mix it here and have it be just a hair bit darker than my distant mountains. See, right there. So sky, distant mountains, closer mountains, and I can vary the color of my mountains. If I have mountains that are a little bit more red violet, as we might see down in Red Rock Country, southern Utah, then I bend it a little bit more red, like so.